Hi everyone, welcome to Colouring with Kay and thank you for joining me today. So in this video I am going to share the pages I coloured in July 2025. So I'm sitting down to record this on the 2nd of August, so I did get a little bit late because we were on holiday and we just came back late yesterday. So yeah, I thought I'd film this. So Kitty and Tig say hello and let's get started. So I have quite a few whips. This is of course a long-standing whip, which is the Pictura Monster Party by Alexei Bitskov. So I have been, as you know if you follow my channel, I have been working on this since January and I'm hoping to finish it this year, and I've done all of this, which you have seen before if you do watch my videos. So this is the bit that I have managed to finish this. I think I've mainly managed to finish this panel, or I did work on this and I did do this star. Just bring you in a little bit of star background there, which is how I expected to do it because there's a spaceship and a planet in the background. And then I did do the floor here, and it's all, well, when I say all, most of it is alcohol marker with the monsters and the ground, apart from this, although I do think I should have added another coat because it does look a little bit washed out and I think it needed another layer. It is Inktense, I think, this, so I might still go back. I mean, I have put all the stars in there, so I don't know, but I suppose I could use pencil instead of watercolour to sort of make it look a bit brighter. But yeah, that's how it looks so far. I'm really quite pleased with it. Obviously I can't fit it all in camera because it's so long, but we have got all of this. And really, how much have I got left now? I've just got this one, 2, 3, that's it, then it's finished, and then I will hopefully start another one. So yeah, that's Monster Party by Pictura, my long-standing whip. And then I have another whip. So the lovely Emma, aka Storm's Eye Design, sent me the Weird and Wonderful colouring book, which I will be doing a separate video for this in August. And I did start a page, and the page I started is this one here. So this lovely little dragon page and beautiful flowers. So I used alcohol markers for the background, and yeah, this sort of these little circles, I used the alcohol blending ink and a little bit, I think it was like a cotton bud, which I dipped in the alcohol blending solution and then let it sort of feather out like that. And yeah, just try to make them different sizes. So you can see at the back there, the flowers also were in alcohol marker there, and then I used pencil on the top and then acrylic marker on maybe the Languor gel pens, and then the Pentel Dual Metallic Hybrid for the centre of the flowers. So yeah, not much to do. Well, when I say not much to do, I still have the entire dragon to do, and the leaves, these beautiful looking leaves, which I think look great. I'm not sure what I'm going to do them in. But yeah, quite happy with how that looks, and I wanted more, quite a sort of a darker colour background. Probably do the dragon in pink, blue, I'm not sure yet. Probably pink, I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. But pink and purples maybe, I think will go well with the background. So that's that one, the Weird and Wonderful colouring book by Storm's Eye Design. If you do type Storm's Eye Design into Google, she will come up, and all her colouring books as well. So if I remember, I will try to put her link in the description. And then another whip is one of my favourite books, Icosaura, and it is called, proper name is Colouring Book Flower Path of Cats and Cute Friends. So it is from Amazon Japan. and I did start this, let's bring you out a bit, double page, and this is all with watercolour paints. I think I used the Pretty Excellent watercolours and Woomer watercolour paints, and yeah, I just started when I got home because I didn't take the Zig Rail waterbrush pens on holiday. I started to put extra colour on top of these flowers to sort of intensify the colour, and then these leaves as well, and you can see that I've gone round them with the Language gel pens as well. And I did these leaves here, and I started on this field here by adding more colour. Now you can tell that the bits here, these green leaves, these leaves and the flowers are all brighter than the rest of it, and that's because the Zig Rail brush watercolour pens are really good for intensifying colour. If you compare this picture with this one, this is so intense, and that's because I did use the Zig watercolour brush pens to intensify colours, and it really does, the colours are so rich. You only need a little bit of the pen and it just adds so much colour. So I am going to do that with the rest of this double page, hopefully in August. Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite happy with these flowers. I don't know, they just look a bit strange now that I went over them with the pink gel pen. I think maybe it's too light for the centre, and maybe I should go over with a darker shade of pink for the centre bits. Maybe that's what's making it look a bit weird. I'm hoping to bring out all these little details of the flowers with acrylic markers and the grass as well, or the Language gel pens, really doesn't matter, or fine liners. But yeah, quite happy with that. Really enjoyed this double page so far. This book is absolutely amazing. I thought that was a mark then, but it's actually a tag fallen off. But yeah, there's some lovely double pages in here, and yeah, hope to finish that off. And then for the completed pages, I think I did 10 this month, which is an amazing amount for me. So first off, Tiny Ears, which I did not get to do the June one, unfortunately, so there is that one. I don't know, I'm gonna have to go back and do that at some point. That's the only one I've missed. But I did do the July, and I think it's okay. I quite like it. What did I use? Let's see. Neocolour one with alcohol markers. So that is the background, I think. So I did use a Neocolour one with alcohol marker blender pen. Sorry, not alcohol markers. And you can see that it does, when you use alcohol blender pen, some of the colour does seep through, but it doesn't matter because it's single-sided. I used Posca pencils, the Glaze black pen, Calero paints. So I think these are the Calero paints here, some of the newer ones. The Language gel pens, Woomer and Ohu pencils, Super Golden markers, Pentel gel metallic hybrids, Derwent drawing pencils, the Graby acrylic markers, and glossy accent. So you can see the glossy accent on this sort of red necklace and on the centres of some of these pendants, or whatever you want to call them. And then this is the pearl inside. I can't remember the name, but yeah, the pearl I went over on glossy accents, and a little bit of the jellyfish as well. So hopefully you can see that shining. And then I did use the glaze on the lettering, which is something that I quite enjoy doing. But yeah, I quite like the colouring, is it Colouring Heaven? Yeah, Colouring Heaven paper for pencil. I think it's really nice. The pencils I really like using on this paper are the Woomers, the Ohuhu, and the Polychromos, I think. I think they work really well. I mean, other pencils do work well, but those, oh yeah, sorry, can't forget the Chromaflow work brilliantly on this paper as well. So yeah, just bring it closer. And then so, looking forward to doing this August one, which is full of ice creams and things. So you've got a bowl of fruit here to balance it out. But yeah, that one I can imagine doing, using lots of, what do we call them? Pastel shades, that's it. So that's tiny, yeah. And then so that's my first complete page. And then I did purchase this. I noticed on Amazon that there was this cat's detachable postcards, which I really liked. And obviously I have the book, and I know Maya colours in her cat book quite a lot, and she's just an inspiration. And so I saw this and I thought this would be, you know, an amazing one, which is small obviously, so you can colour the pages quite quickly. So, and I did actually colour it quite quickly. I coloured this in one sitting. I used alcohol markers for mainly the cats, and then pencil, a little bit of pencil on top, or maybe it was watercolour, because I forgot to write it down, unfortunately. I used the Language Gel pens, the Jelly Roll Black Glaze pen. This is, I'm just remembering from memory. And I think for the background I used the Gansai watercolour paints. So it was a quick one to do. They look so cute, don't they? And I just decided to do them in lots of different colours. Maybe you should have done a darker background so that the cats stood out a bit more, but I'm not sure. I think that might have been a good idea, but oh well. It is what it is. It's done now. But yeah, this book is really nice. It's proper postcard paper, you know, as in it's quite sturdy card, but these are really nice. I think Maya would really love this as well. Oops. So yeah, there's quite a few in there. So yeah, Cats by Mesdemoiselles. I probably said that wrong, but next, Perfect Moments, and this is a cute and cosy colouring type book. So I rarely colour in these, but I do like them. So the one I coloured in was this one, and I'm quite happy with how I've done it. I tried to use some of my technique books which I purchased, like for example here and here. So I added in little flowers and little details and used the tutorials in the book for this stone, and I think it's okay. I don't, you know, I think I've done a fairly decent job for a first time. But, yeah, and I've obviously used a bit of glitter paint here, so Ohuhu alcohol markers, acrylic pens, Language Gel pens, metallic paints, black Sakura glaze pen, and Derwent drawing pencils. So yeah, I went over all the black lines. I didn't go over this border, which I usually do. Must have forgotten, but yeah, this one was one of, well, it was the first page that I completed in July. But yeah, so that's that one. You see all the bleed through there on the back for the alcohol markers, but yeah, that was fun to do. So Perfect Moments, and then I did colour in the Jen Katz number 3 colouring book. I was meant to try out the other ones because the paper's slightly different in number 1 and compared to this one. So the other two have got slightly different paper in my view, but I did this front page just to test the paper out. So I used New Colour 2, which worked fairly well. I think I used it for the cloud. Watercolour pencils, fine liners, Language Gel pen, Brook Funa, Macarons, Artex pencils, Polly's, Posca, Faber-Castell Connector pens. I didn't like how the Faber-Castell Connector pens worked, and there was a little bit of shadowing on the back with the Faber-Castell Connector pens. I did put a little cross next to them in my little colouring planner because I didn't like them on this paper. Uniball Silver gel pen, and then glaze pens, and then the Tombow watercolour brush pens, which they worked quite well because they don't really bleed, do they, which is what I liked. They didn't bleed through. And lots of gel pens you can see here with these neon colour gel pens, and then I've got some gold there which clearly I've forgotten to write down, but that gold, I think that looks like one of the Art Spirits golds. So one of Rebecca's paints on Etsy, the Art Spirits. But yeah, I think I used some of the Neo colour to fade the colour out. But I think this paper, book 3 anyway, the watercolour mediums do work well, gel pens work well. But you've got to be careful with not all water-based markers, and pencil works really quite nicely actually, because it does seem a little bit, paper seems a little bit shiny but and quite smooth, but it's not bad, and I really like how that's come out actually. I think it's a brilliant book. Obviously that's just a small bit, but if I were to do a double page, I think I'd definitely use a lot of watercolour to base. So that's that one. That is a book by Jen Katz. They are from Germany. And then Berdo Mania. So thanks to Ravina Bhaskaran, she sent me this gorgeous book of hers, and there is a flip through video on my channel, and I did this one, and then I used alcohol markers. There you can see where I placed that. I used Languor gel pens as usual with everything, acrylic paint pens, Inktense pencils, Art Spirits paints, Sparks aquarelle paints, which you can both find on Etsy, Pentel Dual Metallic Hybrid, Swirl gel pens, Jelly Roll Glaze Black, and then Polys and Chromaflow pencils. This background was done in, I'll have to find it, but it's one of Rebecca's paints that is a very, very dark blue, and it's glittery, as you can see. It's absolutely stunning paint. Midnight Blue is it called? I'm not 100% sure. Let me just have a quick little check. See if I can find it. Oh, it's called Glistening Darkness. It's this one here, Art Spirits Glistening Darkness. So it's a stunning paint, and I love the fact that it's so dark and it's glittery, shimmery. I think it looks beautiful. The Sparks Aquarelle paint is on these little round sort of details here on the bush, and then yeah, lots of gel pens, as you can see, and those are my peacocks, which I also put some sort of shimmer on the top there. And I think these are the swirl gel pens which I used to outline. So used a great deal of mediums. Of course, there's that very, very shiny gold, which again, which gold did I think I used it in the same palette actually, so let me have a look. Oh, I think it was this gold, Art Spirits Star Gold, which is stunning. As you can see, it's very, very vivid, extremely bright and shiny. And I have to say, it was really fun colouring in this book, just because the quality of the paper and the fact that it's hardback is just so lovely to use. And I used the black Jelly Roll glaze. Was it the glaze actually? It might have been. No, I don't think it is a glaze. I think it's the matte hop pen black. So that's that one, which I really like. I will put it away now. I think you've seen enough of it. So Berdo Mania by Ravina Bhaskaran. And then another one, Hidden Oceans. Of course, this is the larger format book by Rita Berman, which is absolutely stunning. And I ended up doing this first page here. And in retrospect, I did do this on holiday. I should have darkened this background water a little bit, but I didn't, so I'm just going to leave it because it still looks nice, but it's got a lovely, I don't know, it seems very, I don't know what the word is, but yeah, quite, I like it, I do like it. And I put all these little dots here on the edges just because I thought it just makes it look nice. So yeah, I definitely love these bigger format books significantly more than the smaller ones. You know, I don't know, I just do. It's more obvious what the images are like, especially for my deteriorating eyesight. But yeah, this is a lovely book. You can see I've used the Jelly Roll Glaze Black on all the black, well, most of the black bits, and also the eyes on the creatures. And then, of course, the white for highlights and the dots. But yeah, I quite liked that. That was one that did take a little bit of a while, but I thoroughly enjoyed doing that one. So that's Hidden Oceans colouring book by Rita Berman. And then I did manage to do one in the Polar Bear book. Again, this was when we were away in Wales. And then the one I did is this one, which is, they've just arrived at the desert island. And I really like this. I do like it. I think the sky, the sunset, it was meant to be, could be a little bit better, but it's not too bad. And then I've used mainly the mediums I usually use, but this, on this background, I've used the Sparks Aquarelle paints as well as the Art Spirits Ocean set paint, which is the blue in that set. Usual Language gel pens, Graby acrylic markers, Derwent Light fast pencils, Polychromos, Brute Funa macarons, Holbein pastel pencils, Uniball silver, Derwent drawing pencils, the Pretty Excellent paints, and the Woomer watercolour paints, which I took with me, and the Black Posca glaze pen. But yeah, it was really nice doing this because we were in an apartment overlooking the sea, so it was quite fitting and suited the location of where I was at. So that's that one. Another close up. So yeah, that's that one. So that's a Polar Bear book. And then the Witchy Wonders colouring book, again sent to me by the lovely Emma Peters, aka Storm's Eye Design. And the one I did in this was this one. So this is the little house here that you see. Now, what did I use for the background? Well, you can see there, can't you? It's the alcohol markers. And then on top I used the gel highlighter pastels, which I recently purchased, and my circle template. And then Brute Funa pencils, Polly's Posca pencils, Language gel pens, Derwent drawing. I did use the grey oil pastel. I wonder where I used that. I did write oil pastel grey, but I'm not sure where I added that. But I like how I've done this glittery bottle here. Yeah, I quite like it. I really like actually how it's come out. I think it's really nice. I like how I've done blue leaves and not green leaves, just because I wanted to make it look a little bit different than what might be expected. Oh, I know where I put the oil pastel. Here on the castle I meant candle. On the candle there you can see like it's just been blown out, you know, the flame's just been blown out, so I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a little bit of a grey smudge there just to give that effect. And then I did use some paint as well on the witch's hat. But yeah, it's lovely paper, by the way, to work on this, of course, because it's such good quality, these books. They are truly amazing, and I definitely am pleased that I managed to colour in here. So these books are definitely going to have to come out in October time. But yeah, that's that one. Pleased with that one. So that one I just finished 17th of June, so that's the Witchy Wonders. Just two more now. So of course I completed this page. It did take me quite a while. It's My Mother, My Heart, as a dedication to my mum. So a joyful book to colour by Ellery Fowler. These books are beautiful, lovely drawings, just they do come apart unfortunately. But the one I did was this one, which is basically the title page. And I did use Artex Soft Pastel for the background, Pebeo Matte Gel Medium to go over it, which I think I did demo in one of my update videos. Brut Funa pencils, Posca pencils, Ruma and Uhuru pencils, Coliro Cobalt Blue. So this is the Coliro Cobalt Blue. For once I wrote down the actual paint, which I think looks really nice in metallic, the lettering. Inca Gold Coliro, so that must have been with some of this bit, probably, writing there. And then Langua gel pens as always. So give you a little close up there. But yeah, this one took ages to do, but it was really, I don't know what the word is, really poignant, I guess, to complete this. And you know, I enjoyed working, you know, when I say enjoyed, I hope you know what I mean. It was like just a heartfelt, comforting, remembering my mum. So yeah, that's that one. So I'm really pleased with that actually. I think it looks really pretty, and the birds, I love the way she draws the birds. So yeah, that's that one. So My Mother, My Heart. And then my last one, this was a pre-prepared page with Satin Blazing liquid, and I'm not like massively pleased with this page, but it was a fun page. It wasn't meant to be like a serious page. So I used, of course this is Amazon printed paper, so pre-prepared with Satin Glaze liquid, watercolour paints on top, Inktense Staedtler Triplus fine liners, which I blended on the paper, Albert Dürer watercolour pencils, Langua gel pens, Graeby acrylic markers, Black Glaze gel pen, Renaissance colour paints, Art Spirits True Silver for the stars, and Violet Iridescence. So I did write the paint numbers, sorry, the paint names. So here you've got the Violet Iridescence that you can get from the Art Spirits on these weird looking creatures, but they look cute, I suppose. And Pastel Metallics, which again were from the Art Spirits. And so yeah, I do like how it's come out. I think it still looks quite nice, but it was just a fun page to do really, and just mess about with water-based markers and water-based mediums really mainly. And yeah, it's always a fun thing. And I did use the silicone brush to put the satin glazing liquid, which did help get rid of these weird effects that I got last time. But yeah, this page I've done previously, which I really like as well. And that's it guys, that's all my pages. I hope you enjoyed watching all my completed pages for July, and hopefully I will have more to show you in August. So until next time guys, take care, happy colouring, bye.